Okay, it is Monday, January 27th. I'm on my skis. 2025. We got some sunshine, mostly blue skies. It's supposed to be, right now it's probably 20 mile an hour wind, but I think it's supposed to get up into 30-40 range. You're not going to know, you're not going to see the other video to compare this to, but we're going to call this Tminus53, and it's going to be WTF redacted. So I'm not going to publish the, I think it was Tminus55, what the fuck, video, because that had a lot of, and it's not necessarily the strong language, F-bombs. It's more about not honoring people's privacy. You know, I was just spewing all kinds of shit. And it needed to come out, and it was probably good to put it on a video, because I listened to it the second time and go, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff going on inside of me. But, you know, there's, it's not appropriate, kind, or fair to be saying that kind of stuff out in public about people, and they have no input to it. So we're not going to publish that. But today, things have cleared a bit, and I would like to do a version that is available, because it'll be about me and my feelings and things, and not what I'm assuming other people are feeling or saying or doing. So that's what we'll do. And did I say it is a beautiful day to be outside? So one of the main issues that I was dealing with the other day was a pretty nasty head sinus cold. Second one in January. So it really like pissed me off. I was having to cancel a lot of activities that ground and align me, because like partner ice dance and tantra practice, and you know, things to do with a partner. Another person, you don't want to be coughing, sneezing, and spewing all over them, right? It's not kind or appropriate. So I cancel those. So then I get all wrapped around an axle, as my wife likes to say. Okay, I gotta readjust how I'm holding it. So that was a big part of it, but that now has cleared quite a bit. Still out here to keep the lymphatic system moving and draining, and coughing up some shit from my lungs. So that clears out. So that was one of the issues that was really was brought up for my awareness, to allow it to be in the moment of I guess I find personally for myself is that I release when I'm when I get in the emotional space of being in the shit, right? Whatever it is, it's not about thinking about it. I gotta like feel it. I really gotta like be in my body and moving through it. And then if I have the awareness of what's going on, then I can give it some gratitude and compassion and some space, some acknowledgement, and then hopefully release. So that was availed to me, so I was very grateful. Another of the big issues, my brother's been in the hospital for over a week now. Yeah, you know, it's not appropriate to talk about his condition, except, you know, can I say it's You know, it's not like life-threatening immediately, I guess, but you know, you're in the hospital for more than a week. It's, you know, nothing mild, right? It's a serious situation, and he has, you know, compromising issues going on in his health world, and I won't get into those because that's not appropriate, but just say that it weighs heavy on me, those issues and how they affect him, and without getting into the details, like I'm his primary caregiver, so it's just, you know, I was angry and pissed the other day. Today I'm just emotional when I cry. Just hard dealing with when you see people struggling and you're trying to help, but you know, they have a journey they have to be on. So it's turned from anger to compassion, empathy. Yeah, I think, you know, trying to allow him to be where he needs to be. Hang on, I gotta wipe some tears off when I freeze on my face. I think probably the third thing that was a big issue the other day was some issues with I go, well, with my wife. You know, I wouldn't call them, I guess some of them are relationship issues, but you know, immediate, you know, triggers, I guess, you know, things that I know I get triggered. You know, I get triggered by rejection and that kind of stuff, and yeah, and we won't go into those details. She's a very wonderful person, and she does bring me those gifts when I need them, so I can look at those things. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so you can see how windy it is out on the, let's see, you can see the wind blowing on the taxiway there, yep. So definitely windy. I think I might have to turn the camera off for a moment. So yes, the issues with my wife, very real, very raw. I wouldn't say stupid, but definitely trivial in the bigger scheme of relationships. Shit that happens over 40 years of being married. But those are my triggers, and they come up for me to look at things. So what can I say about that? Yeah, I think, you know, for my issues, and this is nothing about her, I don't know what she was feeling, I'll mention that in a bit, but disrespect, being ignored, being made to feel bad, shamed. That's what I was feeling. I'm not saying that's what she was doing. She has her own shit that she's living through. God bless her for that. So those are my things to ponder and release what I could and gain some insights, which I did. So I'm very grateful. Interestingly enough, I did watch 2 videos that popped onto my screen. Like, I don't search for these things. I don't go into Google and type whatever and see what comes up. You know, I'm just doing work on my computer, my YouTube pages, my website, and then, you know, all of a sudden there's something on the screen. You go, all right, I guess I'm supposed to watch this one, see what's going on. So there's some pretty good insights afforded about yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily about boundaries, but about not angrily, but compassionately, but genuinely, authentically saying and asking for what you need, and saying when your needs are not being met, so the person knows. And it's a very stupid and trivial one. One of it is, it's been snowing a lot December, January. I don't know, we probably have over 10 feet of snow in the 2 months. So I do snow blowing, I clean off her car, move it around, preheat it. And what was triggering me about that is that, like, it's just like an expectation that that's what I do. There's never like a thank you for getting up at 4:30 in the morning to snow blow and clean off everything and get it all ready. So and it's nothing that she has ever done or offered to do. So that's what was triggering me, and now there's an opportunity, and we gotta put it into play to and I'm not saying she does that intentionally. That's my perception of the situation, right? I'm sure she views it totally different, but it triggers me. So I was able to come up with a little don't want to go flying sideways here on my ski. Isn't this beautiful? So this is a section of trail I have not done yet. And it's pretty nice, actually. It isn't too wind blowing, so the snow is pretty nice to ski through. So I was able to say that I was be willing to park her car for the night and get that all set up in the garage, because it was, bills were playing, it was cold out, and it was nighttime. She really wasn't interested in going out. I enjoy doing things to help my wife and be nice, so I have no problem going to do that. 5 minutes it takes in the cold to do that. So I was able to say, I don't need to be kissed or have intimacy or anything more than, if you're willing to say thank you, then I'd be more than happy to do that for you. And she was able to say thank you. So I just don't think, it wasn't a forced thank you, it was a genuine thing. I just don't think, those kinds of, whatever's going on in her brain isn't like malicious, at least in that situation, right? It's just, it's a trigger for me. So just to hear her acknowledge and say thank you that I was doing something kind for her and she appreciated it. It just was just lightened things so much. So I think that's part of the prep for my workshop, is to acknowledge my triggers and issues, and to build some skills and tools and techniques that when I do get triggered, I can work through them.